I just recently got this pre-owned Louis Vuitton. This is the On-The-Go reverse monogram tote in the GM size, and it's a really gorgeous bag. It's actually stunning, and this is the first time I've ever had this model, so I was super excited to get it. But as soon as I pulled it out of the box and the dust bag, I realized it did smell heavily of cigarette odor. So this is a $3,300 bag, and it's a little upsetting to have it smell terribly of cigarette odor. So not exactly what I was hoping for. I have went through my cabinet and I'm looking to see what could best be utilized to take out the odor, and we'll see how I do. And this is a $3,300 bag retail, and I did get a super good deal on it, so I'm going to do whatever I can to get rid of the smell. It is in excellent condition. It's super clean. Canvas is clean. So I'm going to start with wiping down the canvas. I'm going to use my leather CPR. It's a conditioner and cleaner combo, and it's not scented, which might be a problem, but this is all that I have on hand right now, and I'm going to see how it does. So this is kind of an experiment. I don't normally get many bags that do smell this bad, and so I don't typically clean bags or try to get rid of these kind of odors, so we'll see. Cross our fingers and see. I'm using a microfiber here. I'm just going to take some of this leather CPR and gently massage it into the canvas. And since it's unscented, I know it's not going to kind of penetrate into those particles or whatever they are, that smokiness. It's not going to really penetrate as well as it would if it was scented and mask it like we want it to. But it is cleaning, and it is taking that layer of smoke off, which is good, and it's a start. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to rub it in, kind of like buffing it in, buffing it off, one side at a time. So you can actually see there's like a little bit of a dinginess. It's actually not bad. So now I'm going to kind of buff it out. I don't know how well you can see this. So now I'm kind of like taking that off. And really the outside isn't where I smell most of it. It's when I open it. So I'm going to try something different with the inside, and it's a new technique that I haven't tried before. And I have looked up some methods online, and some people have suggested like coffee beans, like you just put in like a little bit of coffee beans inside the bag and let it sit overnight, and that will help absorb or mask the smell. And then I've heard baking soda, which is what I'm going to try to do today. So we're going to try the baking soda method, and also I'm going to top it with Febreze, except I don't have Febreze. I have some kind of equivalent to Febreze. I don't know. It's definitely not Febreze. It says Elast Totally Awesome Fabric Refresher, but it's all that I have. And from what I've read online, and I have used that before, but from what I've read online, you can actually spray that on leather and it won't hurt the leather, it won't stain the leather. So some people are afraid to use Febreze on leather, but I've never had an issue with it before. You can spray on leather, just don't soak it. I would definitely not soak it. And so what I have done in the past is I have sprayed the leather and the interior of the bags, and with the Febreze or with that, and I have let it sit overnight. And if it's really heavily odored, I will do the same process, repeat the next day, and then let it sit overnight for as many nights as it takes. And generally it doesn't take more than like 7 days or so, and that odor is gone. So we're using this to kind of clean that. We're going to do the bottom a little bit more. So we're going to do the baking soda in a bag, actually. So one method I've read is that you can actually use the baking soda and kind of just dump it into the bag and then dump it out the next day and then kind of brush it out. Or you can actually do what I'm going to do, and I'll show you in a minute how we're going to do it today, which is a little different. All right, so you can do the straps as well, but I'm not going to bother. Like really, I feel like it's emanating from the inside, because this fabric, this textile fabric will hold it a lot more than the actual exterior leather, and that material won't hold it like the interior does. And it's really sad because this bag is in great condition. The straps aren't really overly worn. You can tell they're gently worn in, but they're not worn out. And then the interior as well is really clean. I just need to dust it out. It's in great condition. So it's really sad that it smells like this, but we will see. This will work out, I'm sure. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my wannabe a Febreze, and I'm just going to kind of lightly, it's kind of scary, I know, but it doesn't really hurt it. I'm going to go like that, and we're going to do the same to the inside, a little bit more generously. At this point, I would normally let it air out either a little bit on the porch, or I would hang it up in here and let it air out. But I think I'm going to do what I'm going to do with the baking soda. So what I was planning on doing is sprinkling some of my baking soda into the bottom of a plastic bag, and then tying the bag closed with this bag inside of this bag, and then letting that sit overnight. And that's one method that I did read online. So let's see if that works. If it doesn't, we'll go to plan B, which might be actually sprinkling it inside the purse and seeing if that works better. But so I did just now, we used that. We cleaned the exterior pretty well. I might wipe off some of this excess because it's bothering me, of the Febreze. But yeah, let's just marvel at how pretty this purse is. So this is a very expensive bag. Right now it's not stuffed, and it's kind of, the shape is lost a little bit, but it's a nice size purse. It's the GM size. It does retail for quite a bit of money. I mean, $3,300 is quite a bit of money. And but I like the optional straps. You have the longer ones here, which you can tuck neatly inside the purse if you're not going to use that option. And you can do the handheld version here. So I think that's really just a nice classic look here, like the handheld like this. And then the reverse monogram in the giant. So you got the darker color here, like a darker brown, and more of this caramel color. I just think it's gorgeous. And the hardware is gold. Inside we have 2 flat pockets. And then we have a zip pocket here, a larger pocket. And you can fit quite a bit in here. If you even want to carry a laptop, you can easily fit a laptop in there. So, I mean, it's got a lot of space. And my favorite part about this is that It will maintain its shape pretty much when you set it down. I say that as it flops over, but I feel like it's been sitting in storage, kind of like sitting wrong in storage for too long, but it should sit like this. And I think that that's pretty nice, because a lot of times I have a lot of bags that they just fall right over. So you can't just sit them nice like that. They'll just flop right over. I like this sturdy base and how framed this base is. So, all right, let's move on to our next step. Now that this is dried off quite a bit, taking a large bag, making sure there's no holes in it so that my baking soda does not just come pouring out. And I don't really know how much baking soda I'm supposed to use, but we're just gonna wing it because this is the first time I've ever done this, and it won't hurt it. There's no way it's gonna hurt it. So let's just go with it here. I mean, I don't know. I don't even bake, so my daughter bakes and I don't bake. So I have no idea like how much is baking soda. Use more baking powder than you would baking soda. I know that much. Maybe that is too much baking soda. I can taste it right now. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. I used quite a bit of baking soda. Maybe I'll dump some of it out. Yeah. I also have this Zote soap. I don't know if anybody likes this soap. Zote, but it's got a really good smell to it. And I was thinking about wiping the exterior down with this and then maybe using it on the interior as well. This might be plan C. And I think I'm dumping some of this out because I can taste it. It's going into my mouth and my nostrils, and it's not pleasant. Yeah. That definitely, like, it almost burns. Okay. Maybe that's how it works. That's why it works so well. Okay. We're going to test this. I mean, I wish you guys had, like, smell-o-vision or something. Or what would it be? I don't know. Yeah, smell-o-vision. Because then you would be able to, you know, determine with me if this worked well. Because it does smell very heavy of smoke. And tomorrow we will see how this little project turns out. So I'm just going to tie it on the top so that no air really gets in there, and it just kind of absorbs that baking soda that's trapped on the bottom, and make sure the bag is open. So we're going to let that sit for 24 hours. I wonder if I should have threw the dust bag in there, because that thing, I'm just going to throw that in my washing machine. So we're going to let this sit for 24 hours, and we'll get back tomorrow and we will see how our little project turned out. We might have to go to plan C, which would be dusting the baking soda inside the bag. But let's hope not. Let's hope this works. Thanks, guys. We will see how this works. Okay, so we are 2 days in. This has been sitting for over 24 hours, I'd say about 36 hours in the bag with the baking soda. And we're going to see if it's eliminated any of that smoky odor that we were talking about yesterday from 36 hours ago. And immediately when I open the bag, I do notice it's still pretty smoky. It smells almost exactly the same. I don't notice any difference at all. I don't notice any difference. So that method clearly is not working. And now there's like a dusty substance all over my beautiful purse. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wipe this down again with our leather cleaner. And this is reminding me that I want to now purchase a scented leather cleaner so that when I do get these bags in that do have this kind of odor, that I will have a scented cleaner conditioner that will help mask that odor. So that's something that I'm going to put on my list to do today. So we're gonna go over this, clean that up real quick. My next plan of action is to go back over it with our fabric refresher, just mist it over real good inside and out, and I'm gonna air it out for a couple days. I'm gonna air it out on the porch, and I feel like that's the method that's worked really well for me in the past, and that's pretty much what I've always gone to, my go-to method for getting the odor out of the bags, and I just do it for a really long time generally. But if you want to speed up the process, we're gonna figure out how we can do that. So I did order something online. I'm going to show you on the screen. It is a charcoal odor eliminator. It's like a little satchel, and what happens is this little packet, you can put them in shoes, you can put them in bags, you can put them in your sock drawer, you can put them wherever, and the little sachet will, the carbon absorbs, not only smells, but it absorbs moisture, so it helps with high humidity areas, and helps with smells. And I've read some online reviews that it does help with smoke, so that's what we're trying to achieve here. We're trying to get rid of the smoke from this bag, so the next person that buys this from me will have a bag that smells much better, and hopefully completely not of smoke. This is not how I like to sell my bags, so we will see how that works. So I'm gonna get that on Tuesday, so 2 days from now. So we'll air out for 2 days, and we'll let that sit. I think 5 days is what I read on the review, or on the Amazon website, what it takes to achieve like 100% moisture and odor absorption. So we will see how that works. And then, so let's actually first go through this process of cleaning the bag again. Now we're on round 2, because I just made a complete mess of this gorgeous OnTheGo reverse monogram bag. Now it's just got baking soda all over it. So actually I'll take the dry one first and kind of just dust off that excess. Most of it's just wanting to come off. And it would make more sense if I had that scented cleaner, but since I don't, I'm just going to use my unscented and go with that for now. Go back over all of this exterior and then spray it again and do the process of airing it out outside. And I feel like you can see all of that baking soda there on my pants, but I feel like airing it out outside, or just exposing it to, you know, Mother Nature and just the outdoors, and the air, the flow of the air just helps really get rid of all those nasty smells. It just takes a long time. That's the problem. It's just, I feel like I do it for sometimes a month to get rid of smoke. And I want to really get this one turned around and do an experiment in the process and see what we can find out there that really helps mitigate this problem that we have. Because, you know, on occasion, and it's not very often, but on occasion I'll get a bag that wasn't described in the listing as being exposed to cigarette odor, but it will come in and, like, oh no, right away, as soon as I open that package, it's like just hits you like a ton of bricks right in your face. And it's really sad. Like, sometimes I will return it if that's an option, and I feel like it just outweighs the potential of, like, my profit on that. But sometimes I will return it if if my profit margins aren't going to be good, because I do disclose it anyway. Even if I can get that smell out, I still normally will. I normally will disclose it in the listing, because even if I can't sense it anymore, the smell, some other people can, because they're very sensitive to it, and I don't feel like it's only fair to let them know. So we did wipe it down again, and now we're gonna just go over it one more time with the odor eliminator fabric refresher. I'm gonna like just gently, and then like I said before, I feel like you can go over it on the outside and not, it doesn't really hurt the leather, so just wipe it down a little bit. So in a couple days we'll get the carbon in, and we'll stick that inside the bag and let it sit for about 5 days, and then we'll really see if that works. And I did read a lot of good reviews on that, so hopefully that will solve our problem, because this beautiful bag deserves a good home, and I want to get top dollar for it, so we got to get the smell out. All right, let's go air it out outside. All right, we'll try 3 days of this, and then we'll get the carbon, but this will definitely help. As long as he, hey, pipe, as long as he doesn't get a hold of it, right? You're not gonna touch her. You're not gonna touch that. He's a good boy. Right, he's a good boy. Yes. You're gonna leave my beautiful purse alone, right? Yes, you're a good boy. Okay, so this is actually day 14 of my little bamboo charcoal odor eliminator bag sitting in my on-the-go GM tote. So I ordered these off of Amazon, and I ordered them in bulk just because I know I will use them again, and you save money that way. I think they're 80 cents a piece. I ordered a large box full of them, and it had really good reviews, so I figured they work rather well. You could stick them in your sock drawer, your underwear drawer, your closet, and I'm going to use them for other bags. So I ordered plenty of them for the future. So I did put 2 in my tote, and it's been 2 weeks, like I said, mostly because we had a hurricane come through and we dealt with that, and I was sick the week prior to that and was unable to make a video. But now, 2 weeks later, it actually did absorb a lot of that odor, and I can't say you can't smell it at all. You know, a lot of times with that cigarette odor, it just, you know, it's hard to eliminate it completely. It will take months to eliminate it, and the best way to do that is just by carrying it and, you know, exposing it to other odors and just being outside and putting things in it and just you know, using it. But these did help. So they're air purifying bags, no chemicals, non-toxic, fragrance free. It eliminates odors and it absorbs moisture. So you can put it like in a gym bag too, which would be, you know, good with your shoes or something like that. Bamboo charcoal, and it's reusable for 2 years, so that's pretty cool. I probably didn't need so many of them, but, and it's, you know, you can hang it maybe in your closet or something as well. So this so far has done the trick for me. I did the other couple things that I did, which was the baking soda, which didn't seem to eliminate the odor, and I did spray it with the Febreze, and honestly that wasn't a good move. I noticed that when I looked at it the other day, and it did leave a residue on the outside on the canvas of the bag, and it was easily cleaned off. I used this again this leather CPR. I used that to clean off that, like it looked like a spray, like an overspray onto that canvas. And I was like really freaking out at first, thinking I ruined the leather, but it washed clean. It's perfectly fine now. So now we have a on-the-go GM tote bag that doesn't smell like a pack of cigarettes. So we're gonna list it and see what we can get. Of course, I have to, you know, disclose the information that it was previously owned by a smoker. So let's see. These do sell pre-owned for the $2,000 mark, but in this condition, I don't expect to get that much. And also, I did put the dust bag, just threw it in the washer and in the dryer because it also did have that odor, and now it smells like nothing. So that worked. So we're good to go on this. Exciting. So I had another opportunity to very shortly thereafter to use my little carbon odor eliminators. This is a daily pouch clutch bag in monogram canvas. It's really, really pretty, large clutch, and it arrived with the same odor. And otherwise, it's in good condition. It does need some cleaning up. I don't know if you can see any of that, but there is a little bit of staining on the inside. So I will have to address that, but first, this is most important. I'm going to put those, I might add another one. Maybe I should. I mean, maybe 3. We'll see how, you know, we've only been 1 in there and it's been 2 days and I still smell it. So maybe 3, maybe that will help. Otherwise, I did notice like a little crease or a scratch in the canvas. I don't know if you notice it. I'm gonna go over and clean the canvas and see if I can get that out. It looks more like a crease. So otherwise, this is really a cute pouch, larger size, and I feel like you can take it on a date night or use it for travel, and it's just multi-purpose pouch, pretty large, nice zip entry, and it reminds me of the Palace tote. I just sold a Palace with the same color combination, but this is called the daily pouch. So yeah. What would you use this for? I think I would use this for travel. Like if I'm just going for like a day trip, I would probably take this with me and throw my phone and my keys and, you know, maybe sunglasses in it. So that's what I'm thinking I would use that for. So anyway, I'm having another opportunity to use the carbon eliminators. So we'll see how that goes. And I will let you know as soon as I know. But it really worked well with this on-the-go tote. So I'm excited about that, and I'm excited to get it listed and see what it will bring, you know, disclosing that it is a previously smoke exposed bag. So what is your experience? I'm wondering, what is your experience with selling handbags or items that have been exposed to cigarette smoke? I don't think that they bring the value, the money that, you know, they would otherwise. Is it 50%? Is it 70%? I'm not sure. I don't get a lot of items that have been exposed to cigarette smoke, so maybe I should start keeping track and kind of seeing the trend, try to see the trend in what they go for in comparison to similar items that have not been exposed. But I'm guessing, you know, maybe 80% mark. And it's ultimately finding the right buyer. So you can market around the same price and just disclose the information. And some people just really don't care because, you know, maybe they're smokers or they just not sensitive to the smell. So that's my thoughts on that. What are your thoughts? anyway, I'm gonna do another unpackaging video coming soon because I did get a ton of packages in after the hurricane, so that's exciting. We will see what I got, so stay tuned and subscribe. Thank you.